Alright, welcome back. So, where am I now? So I've been plugging away with this a little bit longer. I haven't got too much done today. I need that spray, because you're about to see, I'm going to show you where I had awful trouble putting the speedo cable in. Because first I ran it through here, through the gap, and of course trying to get it through there was a nightmare. Then you will see me struggling because the grommet kept wanting to fall off. So I ended up putting some lubricant on it, and it eventually went in. What else have I done? I said I haven't got too much. I started to put the steering column back on, so it's the first section on. See, nice brand new knuckle down there. Oh, knuckle is always new. Then the bushing here is going to be new as well. So I have a new bushing to go here with a new earth strap. And while I look at it, I have to remind myself to ground out. Well, before I ground out the steering rack and the column, both of them at the same time, I'm going to take that off and put some oil in there. Now, someone asked, what oil do you put in there? So, to be honest, you can put theoretically any oil. However, me personally, and again, it's just me personally, I like to put gear oil in there. So I'll use the same gear oil as a transmission, a differential, only because theoretically it is splines, it's more or less a gear, so I'll do that. However, it works the same as like the camshaft, so you could put engine oil. I know people are going to scream and shout at me. Again, it's a personal choice. Maybe you want something a little thicker in there, like more of a grease instead. So yes, that could work as well, but I like to just put some gear oil in there. So that's what I put in. So again, take it as you like, and if you put something different in, by all means, as long as it works, that's the main thing. Slowly starting to get there, so it's slowly starting to get very congested here in the engine bay. What have I done? I've finally put the bolts on for the frame. And if you're wondering why these are not the original bolts, is that for some reason, because of the extra layering, because that's thicker, and with the leather, the other ones were just shy, and I found it hard to get them in, so I had to get like extra long bolts, so that's why I went with them. So yeah, I ended up going with them just because of that. What have I done down here? So the speedo cable is in, so I'll follow down all the way down to the transmission, and I start to put the vents in. So I have one hose in. Of course, the rest of the hose is all out in the other shed, so to go fetch that. Other than that, I have the hazards in here. So I was trying to use, because this comes down over here, and I know I have to cut a hole out here as well for the up here for the illumination. But I'm trying to use it because this comes down. I was trying to use this bezel to actually try hold this on as well. But again, with the dashboard in there, it's not going to go anywhere. It's pretty much on, so I'm not worried about it at all. But it's slowly starting to come together as a car. I did receive, oops, kicking everything. I did receive the new kit for the back to put it on. I was going to put it on and I'm thinking, I know if we put it on, I'm forgetting something in here and I have some stuff to do, other stuff. So I may just leave it off just to be able to have the access in here. Yeah, I said I have to go find that. All the stuff is mixed around between the tubs. So there's tubs here, there's another tub up top. So there's bits and pieces everywhere, and then of course the main stuff for the inside here, like the carpet kit, the seats, they're all inside. And I got today the soft top, so the mohair soft top I got today off Doug. So I won't be putting it on just yet, obviously. I was going to wait till the last minute, especially with dirty hands. Ooh. I don't want to put the glass in yet. I was thinking about cutting the glass out and putting it in, but again, I want to leave it because I want to be able to get everything up and running first, and then I can put the glass in last, because I know again if we put it in, it's going to get in the way because I'm going to want to do something else, like all the teething problems. Glove box is sitting there getting ready to go in, but again I can't get that in until I run some wiring through there and put the vent hose in. Alright, I keep scratching my head on where I want to go to next. Now, I don't want to put all the nice shiny pieces in and it gets in the way. And again, it's hard because usually you take some stuff out and you put some stuff in. When you're building it all the way up, it sort of becomes not straightforward. It sort of make it up as you go along. And like I said, it's starting to tidy up nice and clean in there. Got some rad hose, I'll do all that. Now I have the first part of the steering column. I'm going to ground that out. I'm going to actually run the rad hose, or the wiring for that in. And I'm going to run my external wiring as well. I would like, thank God I didn't do it. So this exhaust here is going to come out because the exhaust that was on it, there was nothing wrong with it. It sounded nice, it was nice and deep. However, at Tr6 Parts here, we do have a nice stainless steel exhaust that we were getting, and it's actually on stale. Well, stale. it's on sale currently right now, so he has them coming in. Keep an eye on the website. It's only $700 for literally, well, apart from your manifold, stainless steel twin pipe all the way down to a single one either side. Pretty nice exhaust. It's going to go on this. I just hope that's in time for people to see. But if you want to be interested in it, send me some inquiries on the Tr6 Parts website onto the store. Yep, the train's going by. And I can show you what the exhaust looks like if you want to get it in. While stocks last, as you say. Alright, so I'm going to roll on with some little bit of high speed of what I've done so far. And most likely I'll do more now. Or tomorrow, and I'll actually add it all in as one. So instead of coming back again and going more, because I'm gonna just keep going. Yeah, slowly getting there, slowly getting there. And again, any comments, questions, concerns, anything along that line, give me a shout, and again, I'll try to help you as best I can. All right, roll on the fast forward. Alright, welcome back. So, what we're moving on to here is our washer jets. So, here's one, I haven't got the jet in it, but these basically sit over here. It would be helpful if it's facing the right direction. These twist in, and you basically run your tube from your washer bottle through. So, when we run the new one, where does it come from? Because you wonder, it starts on the outside, goes into the inside, how does it end up back in here under your scuttle plate, or the scuttle panel? So I'll show you where it goes through. So once we take our tube in, for this case the tube is coming here, and you pass it through the firewall. When you come through, and again this is a lot easier when there's nothing in the car. So it comes in, and they're going to reroute it, and it goes up to here. So just beside your the motor there. So I'm just up a little higher here. There's the hole there. So there's your where your wheel box is, and just beside this is a hole. Now I put a different style of rubber grommet in there, but that basically passes through there and it ends up on the inside of your scuttle plate, to which you feed it, and you're going to feed it to both ones and put your T-bar in it. So it's going to come out. Sorry, I'm zoomed in too close. It's going to come out, go across, and go up into there. So let's go do it, and I'll show you how it runs. So if you're ever changing your washer system, again, like I said, it's granted, this is much easier to do when there is nothing in the car. Anyway, there's no glove box or anything in your way. It is a lot easier to get. So when it goes through, so it hits the wall. You just push it and manipulate it a bit to go continue on. Stop a bit. So I put a little, almost a little pre-bend in the hose to send it this direction. Horse is down right where I just can't get my fingers, so keep feeding it in until I get to the point that I can get to it. Now, what I should have done is, I should have put it behind the wiring. I'll show you now. Yeah. The wiring at the back wall, I should have pushed it behind, I didn't. Okay, try it again. Find a plank where it pops in. Again, this is why I didn't put the windscreen in, because it makes it a lot easier. It's not in. Now, so where the hole is pretty much, if it goes in straight, it's pretty much right here. So you almost have to get it in a straight line, but it will want to go left or right when it comes through. But let me just make this in first. Now it's popped out here, what you would do is you would tee it off. One will go here and one will go there. So we'll get to that in a little bit, but let me show you what way it was there. First time I put it in, I forgot to run it behind. So comes through, goes around, and what I forgot to do is the wiring harness and the heater vent. I forgot to put it behind this wire here, so it holds it in spot. And again, just be mindful to put it behind your the vent here, otherwise it goes around the front side and gets in the way. So it should be tucked up nice and neat all the way across. That's it. Like if you have longer tube, you can always run it down and tie it off here and have a bit more of an angle. I'm not worried about where it is there, as long as it's nice and neat. And again, in here, if you ever want it, you can always get one of those little double-sided tapes that have the little hooks. You can get them in the hardwares, clip it through, stick it up, and it keeps it up and out of your way. You also have here, you can run them through here as well. You have a little extra. So again, these are all just options. So if I feed it back, I can tie it in with these. And again, keep it in out of the way. So whatever rocks your boat. Like I said, you can tie it up here. If you cut right across, it doesn't look great. But again, it's whatever way you want to do it. Because most of this you won't see anyway, even with that, because the carpet goes over, so you won't see it. So that's it. So have them on. Now I'm gonna put the washers on, but I have a funny feeling I don't have the bezel for these. A funny feeling they've gone for a walk, and I may have to get new ones. So right now I'll put it up, and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna put a nice T-bar in it. Run one length, run another. I'm going to give myself plenty of room, so you can always run down and make a little loop back. Give yourself more than you need it, because if you have a clog or gets jammed, which is pretty common, all you have to do then is take the scuttle plate off here and then pull it out, and you get to your T-joint, and you can actually blow air through it and actually free it all up. So make sure you give yourself enough room and don't just squeeze in there, because a lot of the original is barely in there and it's in so far in here you can't get to the T-joint. So don't be afraid to give yourself extra holes to do that. Alright, I'll leave that for now because I need to find these first. But other than that, I'm going to continue on with my with the build. So let's roll on some more fast forward. Okay, welcome back. So, in this part, we're going to talk about the heater vent hose. So, this piece here is the one that goes from your heater core all the way to your demisters up in your dash. The other one then comes out and then divides into a Y and goes to the loofah on the dash here, this one. And then it goes to another one that sits underneath that blows down to your feet. Now, I'm not going to lie. The one that blows on your feet is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. It doesn't do anything. Half the time it gets stuck and you can't actually move it. And for most time you're only really able to blow hot air. The better option you have, if you have an early model, actually, believe it or not, people forget about it. You have a vent here down the bottom. When you open, actually lets the air blow right through and actually naturally come down. People forget about opening that vent to let the air blow right through the heater and actually blow down. However, the heater itself is not great for circulating cool air in here. Because let's face it, even when you're driving or sitting still, your legs are cooking like an egg in here just because there's no air circulation. It's a terrible place to have some feet. So, how do you solve that problem? I have two solutions. And again, take this as well of just it's an idea if you ever wanted to run with it. It's a total choice. The first one is to have a vent that comes from the front and goes through the firewall, and this allows natural air to blow in. That's well and good. However, there's always a possibility of rain or water can get in there and splash water in on your feet. That's always a possibility based on the fact that if you have a running vent, unless you came across and ran it off, let's say, the outer wing or fender, the front wing or fender, then you could probably avoid that. But that's just one option. Two, like I said, you could run it off the cover for the transmission, something coming in here. Or the next option, which I'd probably run with myself, but again, for purists, it's going to annoy you, is to put a fan in here. So if you've ever seen the fans you get for like computers, they're a little small fan and they're in a little casement, so you can't actually stick your finger in or whatever, and they're completely sealed in. What I would do is, like what's going to sort of what's this one is, I'm not doing the fan down, so it leaves me more room for it to put something. And I'd put a little small fan either on the side or underneath the dash here and run it off a little switch. So when you actually flick it, all I'll do is just blow air. Or blow the air in here and actually swirl it around. So therefore you'll take the natural cold air that's coming in when you're driving and swirl it around and actually stop your feet from swelling up. So you could do it on both sides. You could install the fan, like I said, just up hanging just from the dash here pointing down. You could have it from the side pointing in. Would it look the greatest? No. You could have it up in the corner here. That's the best place to have it. You won't hit it. However, again, it's just as an idea on if you're suffering from hot feet all the time, how to solve that problem. That's something I would do. Like I said, just a small fan, just enough to blow air around. So just, as long as there's a gap at the back of it, it sucks around. Them fans are pretty strong. They're little small ones. They're even small. They're pretty strong. I said you can easily hide them up here and blow it down. It's just enough to circulate to stop your feet from frying. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on how to solve the burning feet problem. Anyway, getting away from that, going back to what we're at, the heater vent. So the piece that comes out of your heater and goes up to your demister up top is one of these pieces. Now, this is an original piece. As you can see, usually when you get them, the original pieces, they're solid, they're reinforced, and they usually last. You don't often see these broken. They're usually missing, if anything. But rarely you find them all broken and chewed because, to be honest, they're pretty good quality stuff. However, when it comes to modern days, you have two choices. You can get this stuff that we supply here at Tr6 Parts, which again, it's ribbed. It's pretty strong. It's about as close to the original as you can get. Some vendors sell it, some don't. Or you can get what I refer to as the vacuum hose. So you have, where is it? You have this one. This one here, sorry if you can't see it. This one here is the one that actually was in the car. But I refer to a vacuum hose because this hose is so brittle, it just breaks. Like, you can twist it. Let me a longer piece. Of course, it's not breaking now. Yeah, here we go. Don't laugh at me. Uh, these here, like I said, it's like a vacuum hose. It's very soft. It's brittle. Most likely the times, if you've ever had yours or looking underneath, you see this. It's usually ripped or torn in the middle because it just dries out cracks and breaks. It's terrible stuff. If you get it and it's soft and it's like a vacuum hose, get rid of it. Don't bother putting it on. You're just wasting your time and money. Get some decent stuff. And again, I'm not saying that you have to get this from us. This stuff, the good quality ones, like I said, wherever you get your stuff from, just make sure you get the good quality hose, because you'll be worth it in the end. Anyway, so what we're doing is, this one, I'll show you, go back to this one. It's going to connect up. You have to be mindful of that these actually screw on. So it seems odd, but you only actually need one clamp, and that's the clamp that goes on down here. So this one, I don't have the vent in because I already put it in. You actually put it up, it's actually treads on that, and you actually turn it. So some of them, don't quote me 100%, some of them are clockwise, some of them are anti-clockwise. You have to follow the treads on the unit, and because this says clockwise, and it should start going upwards. But some of the units can be, the way they mixed up, they can be anti-clockwise, and you actually have to tread them anti-clockwise to get them to go up. So just be mindful. I don't want to certainly 100% say that they're all clockwise to go up, but they do screw on. Tip is to actually screw it on as up as far as it can go, and then put it up onto the dash, because it can be quite awkward to get it on if not, especially the driver's side. The passenger side is not too bad. The driver's side can be a little awkward just because the vent actually points towards the footwell, and you have to try jam it in and twist at the same time, and these holes are usually all bent. So that's it. That's just to be mindful of this, that these only need 2 clamps. What I'm going to do on this car is that we're bypassing, like I said, we're bypassing this one. So this is not going back on. So at Plan 6 parts, again, we're lucky the hose kits we have, the one that comes all the way across that usually wires out is, to be honest, so long it'll actually stretch the entire length, so I don't actually have to break it or use something to join it. So that's the good thing about the ones we sell here at Plan 6 parts, is you can do that. If you're bypassing your footwell loofah, I said you'll just run one up, one straight across, 4 pipes, simple, done, nice, clean, leave yourself a lot of room, and then figure out how you're going to get cold air into your feet. Like I said, you can either blow air in via a fan, you can have air coming in through a natural vent, and as I said, if you have an early car, people forget is you actually have a vent here. So the early ones, I say they all have the vent. However, the early ones have the scoop on the scuttle, scoops up, so it's easier to catch the air to blow in, and when you open that, the air actually comes in and blows down on your feet naturally through the actual heater unit. Just remember that. But people forget to open this vent, and it doesn't do anything. If it's closed, you're not doing anything. So just remember that part. And like I said, it works better on the earlies because of that scoop, when the early ones are just a flat piece of plastic, so the air more blows over, then gets caught and pulled in. So the early ones have the little more of advantage. That's really it. So I'm going to continue plugging away in here. I did put the speedo cable in. I noticed now, but like usually it comes in through here, through that port there, and goes in. But the reason why it's not coming on this side is because it's usually connected this side of the gearbox, but the overdrive is on the far side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on this side. Now I'm doubting myself, to be honest. But that's usually where that's there, so the cable comes in and runs down. But I have it going underneath because it has to go to the far side. I could still put it through here, but what's the point? Because the gearbox cover is going to go on there, so it end up going across and around, and yeah, it's not going to work. So yeah, that's it. All right, I'm going to put some heater vent on, then hopefully plug away and start putting the glove box and all in. Once I get the heater vent in, and plug away that way. As it says, once certain things gets in, it allows you to continue on. So, all right, more high speed. So again, any comments, questions, concerns to what I said, give me a shout. I'll help you as best as I can. So yeah, roll on high speed. Okay, so yeah, it's quite the eventful day. When I say the eventful day, I didn't get much achieved at all. The glove box gave me god awful trouble, and it slowed me down a lot. But then I was in and out, in and out, in and out as well. So like I didn't actually spend too much time in here, so I didn't get to get that much done. So what I really done was after I obviously put that in and worked on the piping. I know I said in the earlier on the video when I was doing it, I wasn't going to put the vent hose in, the heater vent hose that was going to go straight across. However, unfortunately, I ended up putting them in. So here they are here. And the reason why I've done this is because the vent hose I had, when I measured it, it's pretty good and it's okay. So it's okay to reach on the driver's side because it goes basically straight across. It really just goes straight across. However, unfortunately, on this side, especially because this is also a alternative glove box, it's not the original shaped glove box, it's an alternative, so it's bigger. It's quite the fit. It's very hard to put in. I won't lie. It takes an awful lot of patience, but it is bigger in size, but it also doesn't give you much room. So because of that, I had to run the piping around the back as you normally would do, but I ran out, so it was too tight. So because of that, I ended up having to put the divider in, and I put the divider in, and I ended up putting the bottom loofah in. So, yeah. It is what it is. It's a pity that wasn't a little longer. I had thought about getting a piece and then putting something in the middle of it, like a bit of a pipe, and join the two together and just going straight. But I'll just put it the way it is. So, yeah, that's it. It's all nice and tidy in there, all good and clean. So, that's really it. I will put it on the far side. I can't do one side, not the other, so I'll end up putting it over there. Anyway. Funny enough, as much as it's crammed over here, it's worse on the far side, even though there's no glove box. It's just because of all the wiring. It's trying to get it up there is pretty, it's pretty tight. Anyway, that's it. It's starting to come together, slowly but surely. The plan now is, I'm just plugging away here because I'm waiting for the exhaust to come in. So I have a new exhaust for this going on. I have to do the manifold. When I do the manifold, then I can actually start putting the rest of the bits and pieces on, the carburetors and all that jazz, and actually get the thing running. So the plan is to get it running, and then when I work up all them kinks, then I will finish off in here. So until it's actually running, there's no carpet going in, there's no dash or gauges going in, well, apart from the oil, so it doesn't spill everywhere. There's no glass going in, so nothing in here. So, because I don't want to be constantly getting in and and ruining the carpet, because obviously it's new, leather seats are going in, don't want to get them dirty or anything like that, so that can all wait until the car is physically running. So as you can see, there's the manifold down there. I still have to clean it, so I'm going to end up I'm going to wash it. When I say wash it, I'm going to boil it to clean out all the inside, because all the inside is black, so I need to get all that crap out, and then I'm going to give it a nice little coating of high temperature black paint. I'm going with black just because they have a tendency, when you paint them any different color, when they heat up, to discolor. So black is the easiest one. It should stay black. And I said, to be honest, a great paint to use is the high temperature charcoal paint that you'd actually put on a barbecue. It's matte and it's made for high heat, and it's a bit of grit to it. It's a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not contrast, contour, is it? So it's nice. So I actually believe that I actually use that a lot when I do anything in the engine black. Well, don't get me wrong, I use a gloss black when I'm painting the block. But all the other stuff, like, I actually use that just because it's a nice finish to it. And it's easy. You can't really go wrong with it. Alright, that's it. As usual, any comments, questions, concerns, give me a shout and I'll help you as best as I can. It won't be long before I start doing the wiring, like I said, and I hope to do a live video, just timing. So I'm hoping to do a live video when I'm doing the wiring, when the gauges go in, so I can run through all that and actually fit in the dash. So fitting the dash and doing all the wiring, the plan is to do a live feed. And that's it for now. So again, thanks for watching. Again, thanks for all the subscriptions for the people who hit the button. Much appreciated. And yeah, see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.